Shalom, all praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, double honors to the elders in Israel that rule well, peace unto the elect house of David. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, starting at 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoiced not, and they that buy as though they possessed not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. Let's go into this world. No, let's go into this world. Don't go into the world, bro. In the world, but not of the world. The word is cosmos.
Strong's G 2889. Cosmos. Cosmos.
Lord willing, you could hear that. It's based off this word, which we will go into. An apt and harmonious arrangement or constitution, order, government, ornament, decoration, adornment, i.e. the arrangement of the stars, the heavenly host, as the ornament of the heavens, 1 Peter 3:3. The world, the universe, the circle of the earth, the inhabitants of the earth, men, the human family, the ungodly multitude, the whole mass of men alienated from God, and therefore hostile to the cause of Messiah. World affairs, the aggregate, or should I say anointed. World affairs, the aggregate of things earthly, the whole circle of earthly goods, endowments, riches, advantages, pleasures, etc., which although hollow and frail and fleeting, stir desire, seduce from God, and are obstacles to the cause of the anointed. Any aggregate or general collection of particulars of any sort, the Gentiles as contrasted to the Jews, Romans 11 and 12. Now there's a lot of witnesses upon this, but let's just see. The field is the world. Oh, that's a good one. Alright, we'll touch on this then. Matthew 16 and 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give it in exchange for his soul? And let's see if this word soul is in Revelation. I think that's psyche, it should be. Psyche. So you have psychology, study of your soul.
Strong's G 5590.
Soche. Today in English we pronounce it as psyche. It says breath, the breath of life, the vital force which animates the body and shows itself in breathing, of animals, of men, life, that in which there is life, a living being, a living soul, the soul, hanapash, the seat of the feelings, desires, affections, aversions, our heart, soul, etc., etc. The human soul, insofar as it is constituted that by the right use of the aids offered it by God, it can attain the highest end and secure blessedness. The soul regarded as a mortal being designed for everlasting life. The soul as an essence which differs from the body and is not dissolved by death, distinguished from other parts of the body. It says soul, life, mind, heart. So I'm going to try it right at the end. There we are, Revelation. Not chapter 20 though. Alright, here we are. It's about the gifts. The gifts? What's the term I'm looking for? I had it then. Basically, things are being exchanged. The goods are sold even. So let's start from Revelation 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. That's actually the word I was looking for, merchandise, things that are exchanged. No man buyeth their merchandise anymore. the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls, and of pearls, and fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all thine wood. Sorry, all thine. I don't know how to say that. Let's get that word.
Strong's G 2367. Thuinos. Thuinos.
So we'll say thuine wood. Correct me in the comments. And all thuine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men, and the fruits of thy and the fruits that thy soul lusted after, departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. This is the merchandise of Babylon the Great, which is the United States of America, man. And it's going to go out by a missile. Before that, you're going to have the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. And not just one missile, enough of them there. They're all going to fire upon her. Anyway, so this is the world, or the world Seclorum. Let's get this in Revelation 17 and 1 and 2. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Salah. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right now these inhabitants are drunk with it. The judgment is not yet. But the whole earth has been made drunk with Americanism, even Edomism. And this is the world we dwell upon. It was a shadow, the shadow of Egypt. It was a shadow of the system to come in the time of Paul, when he's writing about not abusing the world. So it said, 1 Corinthians 7:31, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So abusing it is being too involved in it, having friendship with the world, which is enmity with Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. But understanding that Paul, all the apostles even, were operating, of course our Messiah, first and foremost, but the apostles were operating in that same sort of office, in a same sort of system. So it's to take wisdom from them, from this situation, and try to apply it, find them things. So remember not to abuse this world, but you still have to use it, innit? You still have to get your check to pay your rent. You literally have to you have to slave yourself away to live here, man. And this is the same rulership again in ships. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. Let's get the word fashion. You ready?
Strong's G 4976.
Schema, which is where you get the word scheme. Said the habitus, obviously where you get the word habitat from, and the habitus would imply to me that it's a Latin word, that habitus, as comprising everything in a person which strikes the senses, the figure, bearing, discourse, actions, manner of life, etc., etc., meaning that. Now we don't usually use the theas Greek, but because there's such a lack of biblical usages for this word, we will read it. So it says schema, schematos, to, echo, schein. From Aeschylus down Latin habitus, English havia, from have, av, fashion, vulg, figura, but in Phil, habitus, tacitly opposed to the material or substance, the habitus, as comprising everything in a person, but not the material or the substance. So that's why you say, when it says Phil there in Habitus, that's how it's rendered in the Vulgate, which came from Jerome. So you've got the fashion of this world passed away. It says, and being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. So that's why I said the apostles, because the Messiah, of course, he was a man. He came in the flesh, but he wasn't following himself. As the apostles, they're an example to us because they followed the Messiah. The Messiah is the ultimate example, but they're the ultimate example of the followers of the Messiah. Being found. What I'll do is we'll get some different English translations of this and close out. It said, those who use this world as not misusing it, not making full use of it, like how we have to make full proof of our ministry. It said, not become attached to them in the things of this world, the things in this world, not engrossed in them as though they had no dealings with it. It said those who deal with the world as though they had no dealings with it. This fruit on, I'm not sure, I'm not Spanish. Full use of it, using it to the full, as not disposing of it as their own. So like Yahawashi said, his kingdom's not of this world, but it's rather of the world to come. So understanding this world is not our own. Not using it to the fullest. I can't decipher that one. Not abusing it, as not using it up, using it to the full. All of these talk about it. Not to be using it fully. Salah. Alright, so we'll close out there. So they that use this world as not abusing it. Use this world, don't abuse it. Use this world, don't abuse it. With that, peace to the elect house of David. Double honors to the elders in Israel that rule well. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Shalom.